What's up, guys? So it's been 6 years since the first Frozen movie, and that song, Let It Go, was the best part about that movie, and we finally let that song go. It's not playing on radio stations 24/7 anymore, but hey, it's a great song. It's a really good song, and it's the best part about that movie. The story is good, sure, but I think the best part about that movie is definitely the music, particularly Let It Go, Oscar-winning song Let It Go. So going into this, I think I was a little nervous because, were the Lopez's able to write music as good as the music in the first movie? Because that was the stronghold of that movie. And surprisingly enough, happily to my surprise, this movie is a lot more story-driven. And they really dive into the mythology of this world and these powers and a lot more stuff here, which I really enjoyed. And with that, the movie never stops. This movie is thoroughly entertaining from beginning to end. The first 5 to 10 minutes are probably my least favorite part of the movie. I did really like it. But there's a musical number, really the first big musical number of the movie. I was like, I didn't really care for it that much. It's not a great song. It sounded like something that belonged in like the Olaf special or whatever. But as the movie progressed and we start to get into the charades sequence that we see in the trailers and the clips released online, and then finally she sings Into the Unknown, and you're in. You're like, oh. Okay, and then as the plot progresses and the story progresses and we start to find out more about what's going on here, it's really engaging and investing, and I was totally into the movie. If I was to give negatives about it, I would just say that the third act of the movie isn't necessarily bad, but there's choices made in the third act and just things that happen with the story and the way the climax decides to go wasn't bad, but it was a bit of a head scratcher to me. I'm thinking to myself, if all you had to do was that, then why didn't you just do that before? If you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I loved the journey getting there. And when the movie wrapped up, I was like, wow, yeah, I did actually like this movie more than the first one. I think that all the songs are good, I think all the songs are solid, and in context here, they're really good. Into the Unknown is probably the best song. It's the one that repeats in my mind the most. So that's probably the one that a lot of people are going to be talking about. Yeah, and also before I go, I just do want to mention Olaf. I didn't want to forget him. He's funny in this movie, and all his stuff worked for me, and I did like his song in this movie. I might have liked his song in this movie more than I liked his song in the first movie. And also wanted to mention Christoph's song, his 80s, 90s song that he sings. When I first heard it on my phone, I didn't know how to feel about it, but after watching it in context, it works. And Christoph's story in this movie and what he does in this movie, it's some people had a problem with it because he doesn't have too much to do, but honestly for me, I feel like that's for his character. Worked for him. I feel like, what? I buy that this is what Christoph is doing. I bought it. I was into it. Yeah, I thought this movie was very surprisingly good, and I did like it more than the first one. Maybe not a lot more, but a little bit more. I think this is definitely an improvement, a better movie, especially due to the story of the movie. So it really worked for me, and I'm going to give Frozen 2 4 out of 5 stars. This movie really surprised me, and I did, like I said, like it more than the first one. Guys, comment your thoughts in the comments. Do you plan on seeing this movie? What are your thoughts about this movie? Leave that down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for a whole bunch of stuff coming on this channel. Live commentary to Mandalorian Chapter 3. My review for Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is coming. I'm seeing Knives Out tonight, so a review for that will be up tomorrow. Guys, you can follow me at Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video, and you can also follow me on Instagram at KingOfRises131. Guys, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching my review for Frozen 2. Over and out.